I hope everyone's doing good. I did want to go on a little bit of rant of the Trump administration. It's not really a complaint against Trump per se. It's more of a complaint against RFK Jr. I do think he has made a lot of great points as far as cleaning up our food and whatnot. But I really do, really do, and I know Americans are going to say, "Oh, there is a lot of good American food out there," but overall, it is complete garbage and complete trash. And I know people are going to give me a lot of hate in the comment. Oh, America has the best food, la di da di da. Yeah, that shit has a billion freaking poisons in all different foods, and everything in America is so processed. But that's just going to be my complaint for that. And not to mention, we got libtards out here like the one yesterday. Literally 600 pounds talking about I'm the dumb one. You're so dumb, you don't even know you're pumping your body with poison. Like, what? That's crazy. But we're going to wait for some people to get in here. We are going to be talking about Gaza a bit. Definitely want to get in here and talk about Gaza and what's going on with that, because in my mind, that's kind of another leftist Democrat defeat, because their precious Hamas just gave in to Israel. And the whole situation with Lebanon, Democrats had no clue what was going on over there either. So, but here, let's go ahead and share this live stream out. Maybe people are just ain't seeing it yet. We got one person in here, guys. Hello. Welcome to the stream. Let's pop it open here. And here we are. We're in here. Real deal. So we're going to be talking about, like I said before, the Gaza situation a little bit with the food. I like what RFK Jr. did, a lot of it, but I can't stand behind 100% of it. Just because I feel like he could have done such a better thing for our economy, which is, just making people healthier. If people aren't so sick from the damn food, people can work more, which makes our economy healthier. So why isn't RFK Jr. cracking down the foods in our country? More than half of the stuff they sell should be illegal. More than half of the stuff that they're selling at the supermarket should be illegal, because this stuff is poisonous. It's worse than some drugs. It is drugs. Trump is not Netanyahu's son. Is not. Absolutely not. But welcome in. Good afternoon, everyone. If you're new to the stream, make sure you drop some likes. Let me know where you guys are coming from. Hello. Welcome in. Does anyone else agree? Has anyone else lived outside the country for years and years and years, and they feel like, they're getting a stomach problem sometimes from all the food in the United States? Because when you just check the ingredients, you just read the back of the ingredients of the chicken. It's gonna tell you there's 2,000 freaking chemicals in it. Oh, I just freaking did it again. I literally smashed my keyboard and the batteries came out. I'm just saying, I like RFK Jr. I know it's hard to fight Big Pharma. But honestly, he should literally either ban or outlaw a lot of these companies. Like Tyson Chicken, I will say they make good chicken, but I heard they use a lot of chemical processes in there. Allegedly. Don't sue me, Tyson's Chicken. I'll just for giving my opinion. Listen, tons of people that are on television, I hate to tell you this, the majority of people on television are literally wearing makeup. Hate to break your hopes and your dreams of being a politician, but literally the majority of people that are on television are wearing makeup. So, what do you want me to tell you? I don't know what you guys are saying in the comment section talking about Trump is the great white hope. I don't know what that means, but this other person saying their life sucks, I'm sorry. Put your head down and work and you'll get somewhere. Get the likes way, way, way up there. I don't really care about being relevant. All I care about is stating the facts. Because it's funny to see your liberals' reactions just to tell you that there's two genders and you can't cut off your son's wiener and make him transgender, and you can't let him watch transgender cartoons, and you can't let Democrats come steal billionaires and millionaires' money all because you're jealous and you want their money. You can't. The billionaires and the millionaires pay their fair share of taxes. You're probably 20-something years old talking about you've been working way too hard for way too long. Chillax. Take a chill pill. Take a shot of vodka. I don't know what to tell you. But if you're 20-something years old talking about you worked way too long for way too hard, the answer is probably the opposite of that. Leave it to liberals to body shame other men. I'm not body shaming anyone. I didn't see anyone body shame me either. If they want to body shame me, they can. See, I look a little bit skinny from this position. It's just the way I'm sitting. But I'm a little bit more seafy when you see me stand up properly. Well, some people do work way too hard for way too long, but still. Can we get the likes up, guys? Can we get the likes up? It's not 100% fair always, guys. Life isn't 100% fair. I think we all know that by now. But back to the topic at hand. We're talking about Gaza, and we're also talking about our crappy foods. Has RFK done anything recently to get some of this chemical bull crap out? Let's see, RFK Jr. Let's see if there's any new news that I should be knowing about. No, you're right. I'm not a liberal. Let's see. Key healthcare panel again is blocked from meeting under RFK Jr. That seems like they're trying to stop it. I see RFK Jr. is doing a lot of stuff, man, but can we stop worrying about the jabs? Can we stop worrying about the vaccines and all this? If you want to get them, you can get them. If your doctor and the World Health Organization advises you so. But other than that, we got bigger problems to worry about, Mr. RFK Jr. Let's see. Muslims and Christians are not brothers, I'm sorry to tell you. They don't worship the same God. We had an entire debate about this yesterday. Muslims and Christians do definitely not worship the same God. My God would never accept a prophet named Muhammad that was a kid diddler. Trump ain't gonna make you pay $100 just to step. You know, Trump says a resolution to Ukraine war is getting closer after talks with Putin and Zelensky. I'm not calling him a liar. I'm not saying he's wrong, but I'm just going to say that's really, really hard. That's going to be really, really hard. Guess what? The billionaires are trying to raise another $25 billion from selling their bonds. Now, who knew? We already knew that Trump was into black women, guys. We already knew that Trump was into black women, that he dated many black women before. We already knew that. But listen to this. Nicki Minaj literally came to the White House yesterday for lunch with Donald J. Trump, and Trump called her hot. I personally, don't think so, but... We don't worship the same God. I wish we worshiped the same God. I could argue that Jews and Christians worship the same God, but not Muslims and Christians. My God would not accept Muhammad as one of his disciples. Man, is Graham Plattner still going to win? I mean... When y'all say she's attractive, y'all talking about the plastic surgery. The plastic surgery, sure, that's all nice and fine and dandy. But she's not all that attractive, to be honest with you. Without the plastic surgery, she's like a 3 out of 10. With the plastic surgery, fine, I'll give her like a 7 out of 10. Maybe an 8 out of 10 at most. This guy says, okay, that's actually a pretty funny. That's a pretty funny insult, actually. This guy says, "You have a face for radio." Okay, that made me laugh. That's funny. That's a funny insult. You Democrats don't know how to make funny insults anymore. That guy must not be a Democrat, or maybe he's an old school Democrat. Join the Discord to debate down below. Let's see. So Graham Plattner, he's taking time to reflect on future of Maine Senate campaign after new report alleges sexual assault. Why is he taking time to reflect if he didn't do it? What? Why? They say Gabriel spoke to Muhammad and held him down to tell him to read. It wasn't Gabriel. He said he wouldn't be afraid. It was Gabriel, not demon. It was a demon, not Gabriel. Yeah. Name a country for an edit. I don't know. Croatia. What's up, everyone? Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Why do Trump supporters believe Trump is ever going to do anything for civilians / slaves of corporations of the U.S.? No one's a slave. You can just quit your corporate job if you want. Work somewhere else. Work for a non-corporate job. Or start your own business. Muslims call him Allah. We call him God. Jews call him Hashem. Plus, these three are Abrahamic religions. Okay. Islam came last. Islam came last. Get the likes way up there. Yes, I'm raised in the South. I'm proud to be raised in the South. Plenty of your precious Democrats was raised in the South. I am Christian. Yeah, Islam 500 years after Jesus. Ooh, Israel just did a strike on Gaza and it unalived 2 terrorists. Oh no. Oh no. You cannot be a Democrat and be a Christian. You cannot be a Democrat and be a Christian. Judaism rejects Christ. Why you have to like them? Why can't I like them? They're not going to go to heaven, obviously. And I tell them that to their face. I told that to a group of Jews yesterday to their face that we're not going to the same place. But it doesn't mean I have to hate them. Only in the Quran. The Quran is the only religion in the world where they have literal chapters talking about their enemies are Jews and Christians. Actual chapters in the Quran talking about both Jews and Christians are their enemies. Not to mention, we have the same God. Our God is Jewish. Our God is not Muhammad. He might be a messianic Jew. He might be Christ because Christ is king, but he's still a Jew. So why would we get along more with Muslims than Jews? Would Jesus get along more with Muslims or the Jews? He would probably get along with both. That's the correct answer. But what about the people that follow Jesus? What about Paul? What about all these apostles? They would have followed the Jews. They were Jewish, so they wouldn't have followed Islam. Jesus was not Palestinian. There was no such thing as Palestine back then. And there was not even Islam back then. There was no... I don't care if you want me to stop talking about Islam. You're an Islamic. You come and try to stop me from talking about it. You come and try to stop me. Come and try to stop me. If I have to go down as a martyr, all because one of you Islamic terrorists don't like me talking the facts about Islam, then come and get me. Can we say Judaism and Islam is wrong? Absolutely, Judaism and Islam is wrong. But it doesn't mean I'm not going to team up. You know, the person that has the same enemy as me is my friend. The person that has the same enemies as me as my friend. Is that not true? The person that has the same enemies as you, are they not your friend? Graham, you realize that salvation can only come through Christ, right? I'm not talking about salvation. I'm talking about we're at war right now and we need to have allies. We are against war right now. 87% global terror attacks done by Muslims, radical Islamists. Millions of Christians and Jewish lives lost in the last 2,000 years because of radical Islam. Even the Crusades would have never happened if it wasn't for hundreds of years of radical Islamic terror. So we have the same exact enemy. The same exact enemy. If anything, Christians need Jewish allies more than ever because Christians in the West have become weak and complacent and soft. They think they have no care in the world about protecting their land. Meanwhile, you got Muslims and you got Jews. All the Jews care about is protecting their land. All the Muslims care about is protecting their lands. Meanwhile, we got Christians that are soft as fuck. They're just letting all these radical Islamists pour into this country. They're letting people come to their communities, take it over, and make it their own communities. Because they don't want to have a sense of togetherness. And these are the radical Islamists that unalive each other at higher rates. Most of that 87% of that terrorism is Muslim on Muslim. The majority of it, not all of it. Don't get me wrong, it still happens in America and all over the world, but most of that Muslim terrorism actually happens over there in the Middle East. Muslim on Muslim terrorism. Now, how much Jew on Jew violence is there? Is there a lot of Jew on Jew? Is there a lot of Christian on Christian violence? Very, very rarely. Bagel Vinny out here calling Christians weak. Is he lying? Last time I checked, the Christians ain't out here fighting against the people that are attacking us. That's why this is the exact reason, Chris, because people like you don't think the Christians are soft. There is like literally a subculture in the United States right now, that a very small niche subculture, mind you, that want to bring back the Crusades because they see how soft and weak the Christians are. I'm not advocating to bring back the Crusades, but it looks like the Muslims never stopped, what they've been doing for over 2,000 years of waging jihad. That would be like if we waged the Crusades for 2,000 years. Everyone would be crying about it and whining about it. But since it's Muslims, oh no, don't say anything. Otherwise you're going to be xenophobic or Islamophobic or racist. Oh no, that's bad. Oh no, that's bad. See, Muslim countries will not let us put one single church in any of these Muslim countries. But we can literally put hundreds of mosques in Israel, in the United States, and wherever. But they can't put a single church. Even they had one church in Gaza that was a fake church. A fake church in Gaza to act like they're Christian. Google it for yourself. Christianity is illegal in Gaza. So I'm tired of people saying, oh, those Christians in Gaza that died. Yeah, they were dying for years and years and years before because Christianity is illegal in Gaza. And you're still siding with these Palestinian scum. If they found out you were a Christian in Gaza, they would do an October 7th on you Christians. There's plenty of good Muslims out there. I specifically like people from Central Asia. There are good people out there, but the Quranists, they have a better ideology. But as far as Shia and Shiite, not so good. But Quranists, I'll say you're not the worst people in the world. There's way worse types of Muslims out there. I'll just say that. Fantastic Donald J. Trump. And we took out 2 Gazan terrorists today in an attack in Gaza. But I can't believe after how many years? 3 years of fighting with Gaza, they finally give up. The Palestinians Authority, they quit. Hamas, they quit. They're giving over the power of Gaza to the United Nations. Now, I don't have very much faith in the United Nations. But as far as Christians protecting our values and fighting for our homes, I mean, you can't even make the arguments that Christians aren't soft, because I'm a Christian and I'm telling you they're soft. Very few Christians are willing to fight for their communities and for their family. They all teach, it's nice to teach acceptance and whatnot, but, we can't let our families and our friends get, brainwashed in ideology because of radical Islam, because we want to say, oh, accept it in the community, accept it into the community. No, we're not just going to accept every little thing because you don't want to be called a name. I don't care about being called a name. No, they should have their freedom of religion. Now, this is a great question right here. This is a great question. This is a great question. Get the likes way up there. This guy says, are you really suggesting we shouldn't have freedom of religion anymore? Never suggested that. I absolutely believe we should follow our Constitution. If you're asking me how I can solve this problem without violating our Constitution, that's a fantastic question. I'll go ahead and answer that. How we can do this without violating our Constitution is very, very simple. We'll just ban all the radical Muslim countries from ever immigrating to America. And all the ones that are on here in temporary visas, we'll cancel them out and we'll send them back home. We'll still let people be Muslim if they want to be Muslim in America. But the best thing we can do is teach more Christian values around the house and in school and everywhere we can, and at the same time deport all these radical Islamists. If you came from Saudi Arabia, visa canceled. If you came from Qatar, visa canceled. If you came from any of these countries in the Middle East, visa canceled. Go home. No more freaking people from Muslim countries immigrating into our thing. Don't trample the Constitution. Also, Euro, support a president who bans all Muslims. No, not bans all Muslims. I'm not going to ban people based on religion. I'm going to ban people based on their country. If they come from a Muslim country, they're banned. But if they're Muslim and they come from Europe, sure, they can enter. Even if they come from Africa, sure, they can enter. If they come from places that are Christian in Africa, though. Only Christian countries. I don't know what a Christian country is in Africa, but they can come here. Legally, though. Only legally. No, he did not say ban all Muslims. He did not ban all Muslims. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about, buddy. He said he banned 87 countries, and the majority of them are Muslim. So they cannot immigrate here. That's fantastic. He did the genius idea. He banned a lot of the Muslim countries. I would only add a couple more countries on there he didn't add, and that's it. That's the only thing. That's the only difference I would do. He banned 87. I would probably ban India. I would probably ban all the other Muslim countries. India's not Muslim, but I would ban India too. If he banned Pakistan, he should ban India. If he didn't ban Pakistan, he should also ban Pakistan. Palestine is not in the Bible or the Quran. What are you going to fact check me on? Trump does not want to ban all the Muslims. Like he wants to ban all the radical Islamists. I'll go ahead and Google search it in a second after I look up this super chat. Islamist wants you unalived. Israel wants you to be their dog. Never in my life have I ever seen any evidence to show me that Israelis want me to be their dog. Can you show me some evidence for that? I can show you evidence, proof that 87% of terrorist attacks are done by radical Islamists. Can you show me sources for Israel wanting Americans to be their dogs or their lapdogs or under their control? Show me the source for that. I want some fucking evidence. Otherwise, you're no better than a conspiracy theorist. I don't want to be unalived or someone's dog. I don't want to be unalived or someone's dog. Okay. Well, I understand that, but you were just spewing out conspiracy theories. Let's see. Let's go ahead and Google it. Let's go ahead and look on Gemini. We'll go ahead and pull up on Gemini if Trump ever said to ban all Muslims. If he said ban all Muslims, I agree with him too on that. I agree with him too on it. Did Trump say ban all Muslims from entering the USA? Let's see what he said. My answer is probably no. But if he did, sure. Let's see. A total, complete shutdown of Muslims entering the country. That was in 2015. Okay, 100% agree with that. I 100% agree with that. I stand corrected. I stand corrected. I was wrong. This, you have to mind you, this was in his first term. This was over 11 years ago. This was over 11 years ago. But I agree with that anyway. Oh, wait, 2015 was Obama. He never said this as president. He said this on a presidential campaign. But he hasn't repeated this since he's been president, to be fair. I don't know if that makes it any better, but I'll go ahead and concede to the fact that he did say this. But why would I disagree with this? Why would I disagree with this when 87% of terror attacks are Muslims? No, I don't disagree with that. I wouldn't ban it based on religion. I would ban it based on the countries. Because when he became president, he did not ban all Muslims entering. He suspended entry for several Muslim nations. Because he respects our Constitution. That's proof of it right there. If he said he was going to ban all Muslims, and then instead of banning all Muslims, he just banned a select few Muslim countries, that's actually advocating on how good of a president Donald Trump is, because that means he has respect for the Constitution. Because he's allowing for freedom of religion. That's awesome that Trump flew in his new jet. Congratulations to him and his $400 million new jet. It wasn't even a ban on all Muslim countries. It was literally just a ban on like Syria and other high-level threat Muslim countries. Palestine is not in the Bible. Philistine is a Greek word that comes from Philistines. They were people from the island of Cyprus that immigrated into Israel and created the first settlement in the West Bank. They're not Palestinians. Syria, Palestine was created 136 years after Jesus died. The Arab Palestinians, they didn't even come into Israel until 600 years after Jesus died. So 500 years after Syria, Palestine, the Arabs came into Palestine. That's 100% correct. And if you want to challenge it, go ahead and come in my Discord. If you really want to challenge that idea, I dare you, because this is a very, very well accepted, universally, the history of Palestine. It's not something. No, go ahead. Show me the verse. Show me the verse. Don't just keep telling me it's in the Bible over and over again. Show me the verse. What verse is in the Bible? Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. Just prove me wrong. You don't have to tell me I'm wrong. I just want to be proved wrong. I admitted that I was wrong 2 seconds ago. So if there's something you can prove me wrong on, go ahead and show me. But as far as Trump's Muslim ban, or him saying that he would do a Muslim ban, I agree with the sentiment. I agree with the sentiment, and I agree with what he actually did in practice. So you can join my Discord, man. I appreciate that, man. You don't even have to come in there to debate. You can just come in there to hang out if you want. Okay, Exodus 15:4. That's talking about Philistines. But I'll look it up anyway. But it's talking about Philistines. I already know this verse. So if you want me to, sure. Let's see. The nations will hear and tremble in anguish when they grip the people of Philistia. Philistia is in Syria, is Syria, Palestine. So this isn't even this isn't Palestine. This is not the same people. It's not the same. It's not Palestinians, because Palestinians are Arab. These people were not Arab. They were Greek. It's not even the same word, and it's not even in the same location. So how are these the same people? All because it starts with a P? All because it starts with a P? You think it's the same people? Are you people brain dead? Why doesn't it say Palestinian? It says Philistia. Philistinia. So, I don't know what to tell you. What the fuck is an Orthodox Muslim? Of course Palestine is not in the Bible. It never existed. What year was Palestine a country? I'm trying to figure that out. What year was that? What year was Palestine a country? Thank you for those gifts, by the way. I appreciate those. What year was Palestine a country? No, it's not. Palestine is not Philistine. Take a quick Google search. Here, I'm going to go ahead and Google search for it because you guys are beyond fucking stupid. You can't even do a little bit of research. That just proves to me why you're liberal. You think they're the same damn thing? Philistines are not the same thing. Philistines are not the same damn thing. Anyone can do a quick fucking Google search and see that they're not. Let's see. Philistine is the same as Palestine. Let's see. Let's find out. Let's find out. The answer is going to tell you no. Here you go. Here you go. Here you go. They are not the same. Are not the same. Quote unquote. They are not the same. Like, what other proof do I got to show you? Just use fucking Google. No wonder Democrats, think that they're so smart. They don't even use fucking Google. They are not the same. All it takes is a quick Google search. Philistia and Palestine are not the same. But free Palestine of Hamas. They just got freed of Hamas today. Hamas, I think it was 2 days ago, actually gave up. You idiots are so stupid talking about Palestine this. No, Palestine is not in Exodus. Look at Google. Palestine is not in Exodus. They represent entirely different historical periods. Here you go. Here you go. You know what? I'll show you this again. Since everyone here just can't even use Google. Very basic Google. Here, look, I'll show you. Why can't you guys just look this up? Philistine and Palestinian are not the same. They represent entirely different historical periods, cultures, population. Completely different. Completely different. They ain't the same at all. They ain't the same at all. Here, we'll even discover the whole thing. This is straight from Wikipedia. Look, here you go. Straight from Wikipedia. They are not Palestinians. Look, it literally says not to be confused with Palestinians. You people are stupid. You are dumb. Don't be talking about Gaza, Israel, Palestine, none of that junk unless you know the facts. This is very basic stuff. Very, very basic. Look at that. This is straight from Wikipedia. Not to be confused with Palestinians. Yes, I am mad because you guys are so uneducated, it hurts. There you go. They are not the same. He's awfully quiet now. He's awfully quiet. He's awfully quiet now. Awfully quiet. Awfully quiet. So there you go. Palestine is not in the Bible. Now you know for a fact that Palestine is not in the Bible. It's not in the Quran. It's not in anything. Literally, it's not in anything. It doesn't even exist. It's never been real. But can we get the likes up? Can we get the likes way, way, way up there? And subscribe. Get the likes way up there. I mean, I can't believe I just had to school y'all like that. You really thought Philistines were Palestinians? You couldn't do a simple Google search. You couldn't do a simple Google search. No wonder you are a Democrat. I know they're not remotely relevant. Some idiot in chat kept calling me stupid, saying it was in the Bible. No, Palestinians are not in the Bible. They're not in the Quran. If there's any other good questions or comments you want me to respond to, you can drop some super chats. I'm not trying to cherry pick. I'm trying to see the best of the best comments. Too much Trump derangement syndrome out there. I mean, they're the ones pearl clutching over semantics. They really believed Israel had a freaking whole place called Palestine inside of it. A whole place in freaking Palestine? No, Palestine never existed. No, what verse in the Quran? Tell me the verse in the Quran where Palestine is. Tell me what verse. Tell me what verse in the Quran. I will pull open the Quran. We'll go to Quran.com right here, right now. What verse in the Quran? Get the likes way up there, chat. We don't care about Islam. It's a death cult. It's a death cult. PMERT8202. Hell yeah, brother. Oh, we got a lot of angry Democrats out here. You know the stupidest religious belief you can have is atheism. Stupidest, by far, stupidest religious belief you could possibly have is atheism. Because you believe nothing came from nothing. Atheism is a religion. You're believing in nothing. You're believing in nothing. Oh, why don't you talk, Maddie, about how you were wrong about Palestine being in the Bible? You fucking idiot. Oh, here we go. Nope, nothing there. I didn't see your comment. If you had something... I think atheism is a religion. You want to know why I think atheism is a religion? Because you are believing in nothing, and that is a belief. That is a belief. So I think atheism is a religion, in my opinion, because you have a strong belief that there is nothing. But can we get the likes way, way up? A lot of angry Democrats in here. Man, I'm just glad that the economy's going good. The stock market's booming. Gas prices are coming down. Americans are making money hand over fist. It's great. I guess you didn't hear the updates about Lebanon. Did y'all hear the updates about Lebanon? I love what's going on in Lebanon. Did y'all hear what's going on in Lebanon? 401ks are way up. Stock market is way up, dude, way up. And by the time Trump leaves the office, it's probably going to be up another 50 to 100%. And if I had to guess, we'll probably see 25% next year and 25% after that. And the S&P 500. Get the likes way up. Palestine is not in the Bible. We've already been over this. What's the verse? What's the verse? Did you not see this? Did you not see this? Did you not see this, brother? Here, let's show you again. Let's show you again. There you go. Not to be confused with Palestinians. Exodus 15 is talking about Philistines. Not to be confused with Palestinians. Once again, not to be confused with Palestinians. There you go. That's a photo of them. That does not look like a modern day Palestinian to me. This is directly from Wikipedia. Look, type in Philistines. No, that's Philistine in Exodus 15:14. That's Philistine in Exodus 15:14. That's Exodus 15:14. Right there. Palestine is not in the Bible. Quote me the verse and don't say Exodus. Don't say Exodus. Quote me the verse, but don't say Exodus because it can't be in Exodus because that's talking about the Philistines. It can't be Exodus 15:14. That's talking about the Philistines. According to our documented history, these are not the Palestinian people. My point is, Palestine is not in the Bible. You can keep saying it over and over again, but this is directly from Wikipedia. You can keep saying that they're Palestinian over and over again, but the Bible describes them as being 9 foot tall. Palestinians are not 7 or 8 or 9 feet tall. And this is how they appeared in ancient Egyptian records. Palestine is not in the Bible. Palestine is not in the Bible. Here, we'll even do a quick Google search. We'll do a quick Google search and we'll show you the results. Since you guys keep telling us. Is Palestine in the Bible? We'll see. Is Palestine in the Bible? The specific word Palestine does not appear as the nation in the original Hebrew and Greek version of the Bible. So no, the answer is no. It doesn't mean Palestine at all. They're two different people completely. Two completely different histories. The Philistines were Greek sea people. That's what Philistine meant, sea person. Oh, you want me to show my screen again? Okay, sure, I'll show you my screen again. It does not appear. Does not appear. Does not appear. The word Palestine does not appear in the Bible. Paul is a real one. I'm a real one just like Apostle Paul. You can't argue with a willfully ignorant person. You just can't. When you show them the facts over and over again, they are delusional. Straight up delusional. The Bible is not fake. I love me some Benjamin Netanyahu. I love Benjamin Netanyahu, man. Why wouldn't I like the man? He's doing a fantastic job. You know, he's the only prime minister in Israel where his actual brother served in the special forces. His brother died fighting against terrorists. That's Benjamin Netanyahu's brother. And Benjamin Netanyahu served in the same special forces that his brother died in serving. Double tap that like, guys. Double tap that like button. Let's go. If you want to say all these Christian people are not real, that's perfectly fine with you. If you want to burn in hell and be ignorant and be stupid and live a fucked up life, that's on you, brother. I really don't care. I don't love war crimes. I just love taking down terrorists. And I don't feel bad when evil gets destroyed. And sometimes for evil to get destroyed, there has to be unfortunately, some good destroyed in there. 81% of Gaza supported terrorism. 81% of them were either actively supporting the terrorist regime, supporting Hamas, they elected them in, or they follow radical Islam altogether. 81%. So, yeah, 11% of civilians and innocent people were unalived. That's unfortunate. That's sad, but that's just a casualty of war. The Bible, nowhere in the Old Testament and nowhere in the New Testament does the Bible preach about war being a sinful act. War is self-defense. The 10 Commandments are supposed to be for murder, not self-defense. God has blessed me. And I hope God continues to bless me. And I hope God continues to bless everyone else as well, especially the people that need it and the people that deserve it. The people that are working hard, not the lazy welfare Americans that just want to suck up our money and say that they're stay-at-home dads and that, oh, I'm just going to suck up the welfare money. No, that shit is pathetic. I don't care if you have $55 million. If you're a 20-year-old man or a 30-year-old man or a 40-year-old man, you should still be working. I don't care how much money you have. It's not even about money. But get the likes way up there. Jesus did not preach about war crimes. Give me the verse. Give me the verse. A bunch of fake Christians in chat. Fake Christians. Then again, you can't be a Democrat and be Christian. You can't even be a Democrat and be Jewish. I mean, you can't. You can't be Christian. You can't be Jewish. Maybe you can be a Democrat and be Muslim. Palestinians are just Arabs. I don't know why you'd be proud to be an atheist. If I'm right, I go to heaven. If you're wrong, you go to hell. So, even if you have your doubts about Christianity, why wouldn't you just follow Jesus? Because even if you're wrong about Jesus, at least you'll die, there'll be nothing. But if you don't have faith in Jesus and follow his teachings and you die, then you're going to burn in hell. So, just because you want to be a willfully ignorant person, if you're wrong about any other God, you go to hell too? No, because Christianity is the only religion that has hell. They don't have hell in Judaism, and they don't have hell in Hinduism, and they don't have hell. I mean, maybe they have hell in Islam. But I mean, I would probably want to go to hell if Islam is real. Who ended Charlie Kirk asking for a friend? A Democrat ended Charlie Kirk. A Democrat. Listen, I know you little broke ass Democrats are jealous with your $2 super chats. It's okay. I would be miserable too if I was a Democrat, had a failed ideology, a failing life, and wasn't successful or good at anything. I would be miserable just like you little leftists. Well, let's get up to 100 plus likes, guys. 100 plus likes. Democrats getting mogged every day by me. Straight mogged. No, the person that took out Charlie Kirk was a transgender-loving, furry-loving Democrat. Democrats are supporting grooming gangs. They support grooming gangs. Oof. I just never met any successful person in my life that was like, yeah, I'm a Democrat. I'm a Democrat. And I know there are Democrats out there that are millionaires and billionaires, but I've just never met one before. I got $2 little more to pay to say Erica and Israel did it. Cool. I've already heard that 1,000 times. You ain't gonna hurt my feelings. But thanks for your $2, I guess. Hopefully, maybe next week you can get a job and you can, make some real money. No, Trump was not convicted of anything and such. Palestinians are just Arabs. I'm glad Hamas finally surrendered. I mean, I don't know why 70,000 Palestinians had to get unalived before a surrender. I mean, what kind of idiot nation, what kind of idiot state just attacks a country 100 times bigger than them and thinks they're going to win a war? I mean, did Gaza really think they were going to fight an entire war against Israel and win? Is that not idiotic? And this is the first time they would surrender in 3 years. 3 years! In 3 years. There was one Christian church in Gaza, but Christianity is outlawed in Gaza. Christianity is illegal. So who's going to the Christian church? It's old, it's ran down, no one ever used it. And then Hamas went inside of it and they shot firearms outside of it. And it got blown up because they were using it as a terrorist headquarters. Evidence proves Tyler did it. He even admit that he did it. Did he admit that he did it? Did he admit that he did it? If America was losing a war, would you give up? No, America would never lose a war. America would never lose a war. Gaza is not a genocide, brother. Anyone that can have a logical, calm conversation without talking over me or raising their voice would instantly agree that it's not a genocide. You can say that it's unfortunate that some women and children lost their life, but just because women and children died doesn't make it a genocide. I'm sorry. Every single war in history has killed women and children. Sorry to tell you. I guess you people are just finding out at 25, 26, 35, 45 years old. Like, what the fuck? We won Vietnam. It was just the libtards that spit on our Vietnamese. Am I chatting on Discord? Yeah, we have a Discord link down below. Actually, here, I'll pin it again. I accidentally closed it out. But yeah, if you guys want to debate it all, I'm going to pin the link down below. We absolutely did win Vietnam. They literally asked us for surrender. So I don't know what else you want me to tell you. When you beg America for surrender, you lose. We won every single war we ever started. I can't think of a single war we ever lost. I'm here to say the truth. There are crimes in Israel that I don't agree with. That person stepping on that Jesus statue was bad. But just because there's one stupid idiot soldier that doesn't like Jesus doesn't mean that we look at the whole country like bad people. That's idiotic. There's plenty of rapists. There's plenty of rapists in our own military. And there's plenty of people that... I want to debate the evidence at UVU on 9/10 and after. If you want to debate, drop me like a $50 super chat. I'm not exactly, wanting to really debate with you. You don't seem like the most intelligent person. It's not found throughout the country. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. How would you... Fathom me this. You've never left the country before. You've never been anywhere in your life. How can you even fathom what other cultures and what other countries are outside the United States? You can't. You can't. You haven't been to Israel. You're lying. I know for a fact you have not been to Israel. You couldn't even afford to leave your city. How are you going to go to Israel? And you've always had a long, deep hate for Jewish people. So why would you go to Israel? You're not Jewish. So why would you go to Israel? Unless you are Jewish. And then there's something you can tell me. Because you have no business going to Israel. First off. He probably is stuck in San Francisco. Why did you go in 2014? What's the airport called in Tel Aviv? I'm going to need to see pictures. If you show me real pictures, I'll even debate you. But you got to show me real pictures of you in Tel Aviv. I don't know. You could have Googled that. You can talk about Charlie Kirk all you want. I've heard a million times things more intelligent. You're just a dumb bimbo. You can't think of very smart comments. So let the men do the insulting. You know, you can just get back to drinking your Starbucks and doing your dumb shit. So you're Muslim then. So you went to Tel Aviv because you're Muslim. Are you Muslim? Now I'm really curious. I need to see what you look like. Yeah, you can come on and debate me, but not right now. This stream is like 75, 85% through. Jesus. What happened? Who did you wrong? Get those likes way, way, way up. David, I don't need your $100. How about you go use that $100 to save Ukrainian lives before Russia kills more of them? Jewish government are the worst. Also, Iranian government. Most of the people are separate from the government's opinion. I agree on that. I don't support any dictators, but whenever someone wants to say some stupid shit, if I know your family's getting genocided, quote unquote genocided in a war, and you want to talk shit to me, I'm going to talk my shit. Yeah. Thank you. You know, if you're not going to be an intelligent woman, just don't speak at all. Leave the politics to the men if you're not at least going to be halfway intelligent. I don't give a damn if someone's going to come on here and diss me and say, oh, my Ukrainian wife. I'm going to say what I want to say. Both people are dying on both sides. It's fucked up. And so I told him, I said, you take that $100 and you go save some Ukrainian lives with it. I'm being serious. He should take his money and save some Ukrainian lives. I wasn't mocking the Ukrainian. Don't get that wrong at all. I would not mock them. I'm not mocking them. I'm just pointing out the fact that he should use that money to save some lives. How do you choose to care about Ukrainian lives but not the ones we are genociding? Where? I don't care about any of these foreign places. I don't have any people over there. I just care for all lives, even the Palestinian women and children, the women and children of Ukraine, the women and children of Russia, the women and children of Nigeria, everywhere around the world, all the conflicts, all the wars, all that stuff. But as far as calling something a genocide is like the Armenian genocide when 1.2 million people got targeted for being Christians and lost their lives. Gaza already did surrender. They literally did. All they did was have to comply with the peace treaty. They surrendered. Women and children do matter. But as far as saying we shouldn't go to war at all because you're worried about women and children, that's unavoidable, not my fault. Any moron out there that thinks, oh, we can just avoid the war, don't go to war. You are dumb. You are dumb. We can't just avoid wars. Can you just avoid someone breaking into your house and trying to take your life? No, you can't avoid that. You just got to protect yourself. And whatever happens to them, happens to them. You ain't going to feel bad about their family. You ain't going to say, oh, this guy just broke into my house, so I'm just going to leave him alone because he has a family. No, you're not. The majority of the country isn't, at least. He's going to be sent to hell, probably. So you went to East Jerusalem? 83% of what? Yeah, 83% of them were terrorists. 89% of them were terrorists. I'm with you, man. I like the guy yesterday that came on the stream. He ripped off the signs in Gaza. I mean, that was a long time ago. You were there for a couple days, my guy. You were there for a couple days. I'm sorry to tell you that's not really experienced, and you're not going to be able to tell enough about a country there for a couple days. I'm going to be real with you. Because I've visited countries for a couple days, and then I've actually gone back to those same countries and lived there for years and years and years. So I know for a fact you're not able to learn about the culture or what people think of what if you're just going there for a couple days. Supposedly Muslims are not violent. Gaza is hilarious. It's a 23-mile strip everyone fights over. I didn't see your message, my guy. There's thousands of comments on live stream. I'm not trying to be like an asshole and just ignore you. If you want your question answered, you can drop a super chat. Okay? I never supported Israel by the default. I obviously supported them over the Muslims instantly. Because that's just logical. You're not going to support terrorists. But I did my own investigation to figure out if there was something evil going on. And there's nothing evil going on. Just regular war stuff. Nothing that America wouldn't do. Nothing that Russia wouldn't do. Nothing that any other politician in the world wouldn't do. There's not some massive genocide. There isn't some massive slaughter. It's just a regular old war. Just a regular old war like every other country. Ooh, Bernie Sanders urges Mr. Plattner to drop out of the main seat. Socialists gone. Another socialist gone. Listen, I'm probably not the one that you want to talk to about Israel, okay? But the few debates we have had, I'm not even the most educated person. If I actually let you talk to an actual Jew, you're going to get wrecked. But I don't even see any reason to do that because your mind isn't able to be changed. I can tell when I'm talking to someone if their mind can be able to be changed. But I'm halfway considering letting you come on if you put your face on camera for a respectable conversation. But I'm not ever expecting you to change your mind. Just the fact that a couple civilians died is enough for any of you idiots out there to call it a genocide. Oh no, women and children died. It was a genocide. What, like every other war? Like World War I? Like World War II? Like Russia and Ukraine? Like, what are you talking about? A genocide is an ethnic cleansing. It's cleansing people because they're Muslim or because they're Arab. That is not occurring. People are not being people are not being unalived because they're Muslim or Arab. That's not occurring. The conclusion that you get all the answers to every single question you could want. If you're unable to see the proof, then I don't know what to tell you. I can't change your mind. If you're not open-minded, you're not. Some people are just not open-minded, and the majority of people that have opinions, unfortunately, are not open-minded. Most people would never admit they were wrong, even over a small detail. That's how you can tell if someone's a genuine debater and they're here for a genuine conversation, or they're just bullshitting you. If they're willing to admit a small mistake or not is a massive sign of good faith debating. Massive sign. But when I see the same people hating on Israel refuse to even admit they made a small error, then it just shows me you're disingenuous. Like the guy earlier talking about how Palestine was in the Bible. When I showed him sources, I showed him proof on camera, he still denied the fact that Palestine was not in the Bible. So what else can I say? Get the likes way, way up. It's not my war to fight. Why would I go to Israel and fight the war? That's not my war to fight. I can have my own opinions about it plenty of times. Y'all talking about pampered, but I've shot some of the same guns that they use in these wars. Have you? That has expanded. What are you talking about? You're right. I'm not going to Canada. Canada's not really my cup of tea. I already been there before. I mean, what is your goal to accomplish in this debate? I think we both already know more about Israel than you. I think we both would agree someone living in Israel or someone that's lived in Israel in the past that grew up there knows more than both of us. All your only objection would be that they're trying to push propaganda and that they're trying to push a narrative when they're just simply showing you the facts and letting you come to your own conclusion. But your mind wouldn't be able to be changed. So I don't know what your objective is, to change my mind. Why would your objective to be change my mind when you already know I know more than you about Israel? And if I don't know more than you about Israel, then you know the actual Israeli knows more about Israel than you. So why would you be trying to change that person's mind? Or why would you be trying to change my person's mind? I don't see the objective here. What, you just want to tell me that you saw one Jewish guy spit on a Christian? Okay, I've seen plenty of... I can say the same thing. I could probably find a video of a Christian spitting on an atheist, or a Christian spitting on a Jew, or a Christian spitting on a Muslim. I guarantee you I could easily. Easily. So I don't even understand the objective of a lot of these anti-Semitic, Nick Fuentes, Joe Biden loving people. And if you love Joe Biden, how can you advocate for Joe Biden when he gave more money to Israel than any other president in recent years? I mean, maybe now Trump has given more, but Biden still gave quite a bit. Muslims reject Jesus too, but you refuse to talk about that. You absolutely refuse to talk about that. Can we get the likes way, way up there? Yes, Muslims don't believe Jesus is the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. No, they do not believe that. Get the likes way up. Join the Discord link down below if you guys want to join in debate. Threatened Israel with genocide. Well, as soon as you learn about the Nakba, or however you say it, the Nakba, 1948 in Israel, as soon as you learn about that, you realize that the true enemy is the radical Islamists. I mean, if you don't even know about the Nakba, then you probably shouldn't even be talking about Israel. Well, if you want to debate me about Israel, we can when I come back. I'm going to hop off stream in a couple minutes here, but once I get a drink and I post a short or two, I'll have you on here. I mean, if you don't know Trump's policies, I guess you're lost in the sauce. Go turn on the news. Is there anything I wanted to touch on before I hopped out of here? Is there anything? We'll put the Discord link up. We'll put the Discord link up for you. Jews don't even reject Jesus entirely. You know, the majority of Jews actually just believe Jesus was a rabbi. The Nakba is the Palestinians ousting from their own land? No, it's not. No, it's not. See, that's where you got the history completely confused. They were never ousted. 10 Arab armies invaded Israel. They were never ousted. They were never inside Israel to begin with. Because there was old Jews. So no, they were never ousted from their land. You have the history complete. You're literally looking at you watched, I know where you got that from. You watched a Channel 5 interview. You watched a Channel 5 Palestinian documentary. Right hand to God, I'm willing to bet Jovan is 100%, 1,000% better at debating than you, Trader. Then why doesn't Jovan come on my channel? Is it because he's scared? He has to control the narrative. He's such a great debater. He has to control the narrative. He has to mute me. And he has to control exactly when we can talk and what we can talk about and how long we can talk for. Seems like a fantastic debater to me. Cuts people off, mutes them, tells them to shut up, doesn't let them finish their point, doesn't co-host on other people's channels, only co-host on his own channel and Jimmy's channel so he can try to control the narrative and not be questioned on his ideology. He got destroyed in the Palestinian debate. Absolutely destroyed in the Palestinian debate. He didn't even stand a chance. He told me that AIPAC received money directly from Israel. He's fucking stupid. He is fucking stupid. But get the likes up there, guys. Get the likes up to 70. We're about to hop off and get someone on here we can debate about Israel. Jovan's actually a fake communist, by the way. He's owned by, allegedly owned by Jimmy Snow. There was no civil war. There literally was no civil war. It was 7 Arab nations invading Israel at once. How is that a civil war? You might want to do a little bit more research. The emotional liberal commentators who don't know what to say about the conservatives. Other than, you are rednecks. Oh my God, snaps fingers, yeah. No kidding. Elon was a Democrat. Which laws specifically? There's new laws being passed every day. You're talking about federal laws, state laws. And what specific legislation? If you want to debate me, join my Discord. Let's debate one-on-one. We can see who's smarter between me or you. You wouldn't be able to last 10 minutes holding a conversation with me, with my knowledge on any topics. Especially when Jovan isn't there for you to mute me. But here, I'll go ahead and post the Discord. If you have big balls, you can join in and we can try to debate. But I kind of doubt you would do that. Because people that follow Jovan follow failed ideologies and they know it. That's why they won't debate about it. If I debated him about socialism or communism, I would tear him a new asshole. Or about Israel, I would tear him a new asshole. Completely. But there you go. Join the Discord if you want to join and debate. Listen, people are obviously scared to debate me for a reason. They're scared to debate me unless they can mute me, cut me off, put whatever topics they want, put time in on our conversations, like a 2-minute time span. I 100% know the difference between DSA, Marxism, socialism. Do you? Were you the guy? I don't even remember which guy you were. You probably didn't know what socialism was. He's not lying. They do control the debates. They literally control the call-ins. The call-ins are even fake. Yeah, it is almost over, so be patient. I'm going to end it in 10 seconds, and I'll join into Discord in a couple minutes here, and we'll get something started. I'm going to hop out of here now, though. Peace out, everybody. Much love. Much love. Everywhere is corrupt. I'm not even saying it's not. Everywhere is corrupt. Adios, though. I'll be back here in